Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back. In this video, we're going to begin editing our footage that we just imported. So let's go ahead and get started. Now there's a few things that I want to point to and actually bring your attention to before we start doing that. As you can see, these are my videos. Okay, so I have 3 videos, and if I click, what will happen is the box here in yellow will highlight the entire video, and you can see here that within that video there's this playhead line that I'm moving back and forth, and when I'm moving this back and forth, it's skimming through the video. Okay, so I can skim through and see, okay, there's different parts here. Maybe I just want this part, right? I can start there. Well, if I wanted to start there, I can just click and it will snap to that part. Okay, now also if I click away, if I click down, it'll take off that yellow bar, and now I can just go ahead and click and drag, and then it's going to create the yellow box again, but now I can go forwards and backwards selecting select clips. This is how I actually grab, let's say I just wanted to grab this little bit, and I can go ahead then, and once it's completely let go of my mouse, I can grab it with the hand grabber and drag and drop it down to my timeline. Now, as you can see, I have now my very first clip on my timeline. And if I go ahead and push the space bar, this will actually play the video. And you'll see here, this is my playhead. The playhead shares with you where exactly you're at on the little clip down low, and then you can see the waveforms here by default have come up. This way you can actually hear, if I turn my sound back on, Section 4, Vlogging Advanced. So you can hear that says Section 4, sorry, I can't talk. Vlogging Advanced. This is great, so if I wanted to actually cut the clip there, I could cut it there. Another thing that can be a little annoying at times, but also very helpful, is the audio skimming. So if I go back and forth from the clip, you can hear that I'm skimming through the audio. Another thing too is you can hear it from up here. Okay, so that's what the audio skimming is, and these are just some of the basic stuff. Now, let's go ahead and go up, and I'm going to turn my sound off here for just a second. What if you want to see the waveforms, though, here before you start actually making adjustments down in your timeline? Because it's really important to start editing up here before you start bringing it down to your timeline. And you can see this video here is right around 2 or 3 minutes long, but if I wanted to grab just a little piece of this, that might be fairly difficult, because I would have to kind of just really get in here and here's like a second or two, right? Like, what if I want to get in just like half of a second, though? It can be quite a struggle if I do this another way. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you this top bar is very, very important. If you click here on this little film strip, what will happen is with this first line here, you'll see that I'm making the clips bigger or smaller. Okay, so now I can really get in there if I want to, or if I want to make them very, very small, now they'll be smaller, so I can have a bunch of different videos within that little area. So I actually like to make it a little bit bigger, and then you can see right now we have 30-second little groupings. Okay, so if I go a few notches up, you can see now it's by every 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Let's try 10 seconds. So now you can really get in here, and it made these videos bigger, but they're actually the same size, but you can really get in here and tinker with, oh, I really want just like 0.2 seconds of this video. So that's extremely helpful and useful to use these sliders. And if you want them to be 10 minutes, even 30 minutes, or all like the entire video, that's what you can do. And I like to have it, the sweet spot I think is 30 seconds. That's a good spot, but even 10 seconds is great. And you can group by, the date, a bunch of different options here. You can also sort by content created, when you actually created the content, ascending or descending, the name, the take, the duration. There's a bunch of different ways, and this could be helpful in organizing. You can also then click waveforms. If you click waveforms, now you can see the audio waveforms in your clip. This is extremely important because when I go to make edits, you can see there's big gaps sometimes, right? So if this is a big gap, I know that there's no audio here. Well, maybe I just want to start with section 2. this is so much easier than actually trying to listen to the entire 2 minutes here or whatever it may be. I just know by sight now, since there is that big audio gap, that bang, I can just grab this and then that and drag and drop it down if I want to use that. And now I have these two clips together, starting with, let's say I went from section 4 a little bit, and then boom, it goes to section 2. So if we go back into this, that is extremely important. I always have my waveforms up there. Then we have the continuous playback, okay? So you can continuously have this playback. I do not. Personally, the waveforms is very important, and then I just tinker with this a little bit as well. You can also click on this magnifier to search for the specific video, but I very rarely ever use this. I kind of just scroll up and down, and then I begin working and finding the different parts that I actually want to work with. So that's how you can kind of get started dragging and dropping your footage onto your timeline. And now in our next set of videos, we're going to get started really making some awesome edits using all the information and videos that we have. And I can't wait to share with you more about Final Cut Pro in our next videos. Stay tuned, guys. I'll see you very soon.